Have you ever felt like being disorganized in some area of your life is a moral failing, right? It's something to be maybe secretly shameful of. Well, I am here to tell you that that is not true. So stay tuned. Welcome to the Do More, Stress Less podcast. I'm your host, Alexis Hasselberger, a time management and productivity coach. In every episode, I give you actionable, practical tips to help you learn to use your time in a way that feels good to you every day. No more hustling, scrambling, or struggling to keep your head above water. So let's dive in, and soon enough, you'll be doing more and stressing less. Now, I am, quote, organized in some ways. In fact, in many ways, but I'm not innately so, right? I am organized in some ways because I require it to function, right? My inbox, it's at zero-ish most of the time, right? My work week, it's pretty planned out, pretty realistically most of the time. Without a task system, not only would I not remember to do all the things, but I'd become overwhelmed by their heft and by their sheer numbers, right? I need that task system organized. Otherwise, my mind starts to go awry. I need to break things down to get them done. So I have a system for that. I need this system outside my brain to help buoy me through the days, the weeks, the months, the years, to ensure that I can spend my brain power doing the things instead of endless cycles trying and failing to remember to do the things. I have a freezer and a fridge inventory because without it, food would rot or would get freezer burn. The ways in which I've cultivated, quote, being organized in my own life, they serve a clear purpose for me. And let me tell you, that purpose is not to live in some false moral high ground where being organized equates to being better, because I don't believe that at all. And I'm also here to share all the ways in which I'm not organized, right? Because I am not a perfectly organized person, despite the fact that so many people often assume that because of the job that I hold, right? Because I'm a time management productivity coach, people assume I must just be, an innately organized person in all the ways, and then it must come easily to me. And let me tell you, it does not. I don't live an immaculate life. My bedside table, it's a total disaster, piles upon piles of things. My laundry pile, it's an Everest-esque situation sometimes. Oh, well, actually, most of the time. But here's the thing. I'm not shaming myself about this because I value other things. And there's only so much time in the day. I can't do all of the things all of the time, And by default, I am actually kind of a messy person, but I'm not shaming myself because there are areas in my life that are less than perfect, that are less than organized, because I can't get it together to have a perfectly put together house all of the time because there's nothing for me to feel shame about here, right? This is not a moral failing. There's nothing wrong with this. There are just some areas where being organized serves me and some areas where it actually doesn't really matter that much. And you, there is nothing for you to feel shame about either. And if you want to do things differently, if you too would find it helpful to have a little more organization in certain parts of your life, if you would like a safe space to talk about the things that are not going as well as you'd like them to be going, a space to experiment, a space to iterate, a place to learn what works for you without that shame, well, that's why I'm here. And that's what I provide. And that's why you're probably listening to this podcast right now. That's why maybe I resonate with you a little bit more than all those productivity bros out there claiming that it's just so easy to wake up at 5 a.m. and like work out and do all the things, right? We are real people. We live in the real world. And this is a space for you to be here, to decide which areas of your life you would like to maybe get a little more organized, and also to have a place where you can just fully let go of any guilt and shame that you may have around things not being as organized or put together or in control as you would like them to be. There's no such thing as perfection. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. But together, we can get ourselves to a slightly better place. Day after day after day, we can make choices. We can learn skills that help us to improve the quality of our lives, the quality of our time, how we do things, and how we feel at the end of the day. And that's why I'm here. That's why I have this podcast to help you, to bolster you, to do the things that you want to do more of the things that you want to do and less of the things that you don't. And that's a wrap on today's episode of the Do More, Stress Less podcast. If you found today's episode helpful, please share it with somebody who could use a little less stress in their life. And make sure you subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if you're excited to take action or you need a little extra support, check out the free resources available on my website or schedule a free consultation call with me. You can do both of these at alexishasselberger.com. See you next time.